Going on, guys? A little bit different look here today. I'm here at the home of the Dragon, Deals Gap. Just got here. I'm not gonna hit the Dragon yet. You can tell, I'm not on the KLR, not on the Connie. I'm on my son's little Ninja 650. Just decided to throw her in the back of the truck. Come down here for a couple days. Do some short loops out of here. Just have a good time. Oh, I forgot how fun a lightweight, sporty bike was. I'm not used to the shifting of this bike. For those that don't know, this little Ninja 2007 650 little parallel twin, it weighs like 370 pounds. I forgot how fun a lightweight bike was. I'm gonna say that 100 times on this ride. No ABS, I gotta remember that. Kind of flying blind. Don't have GPS. Kind of a off the beaten path road over here. Not a lot of people know about it. I want to say it's called Yellowstone, or I don't know. Yellow Wolf. I think it's called Yellow Wolf Road. It's usually pretty dirty, but no traffic. Only been on it once, and that was on my KLR. Camera was still there. Just stuck these on the other day. But anyway, I come down here several times a year. This will be the 4th time this year. Had all the other bikes down, been down in the car. Usually I come down and do hundreds of miles of riding. This trip, this little bike, I'm just going to play around a little bit. Just a little getaway. My friends is riding his bike down. Gonna stay a couple nights with me. It's a very last minute impromptu thing. There's a pretty dirty corner. So this is not the Dragon. This is not one of the popular roads. So you can see I'm out here all by myself. Just a fun little road I know about. Just get you away from people. That's what I came down for. Rain this morning, so everything's wet. It's kind of why I didn't want to ride the Dragon, because everything's pretty wet up there. I'll probably ride it after I get back from my little trip in town. It's gorgeous up here. Down here, like I said, a few times a year. Lately I've been liking to stay right there at the tail of the Dragon store, right there at the grill and the restaurant where you buy your t-shirts and all that. There's a hotel there too. It just deals with Gap Motorcycle Resort. Very basic rooms, just a strip motel, like a 40s, 50s style strip motel. Very clean, very inexpensive. Can accommodate up to 4 people a room, and it's like 80 bucks a night. I think 100 if you add $10 more a night if you add the 3rd and 4th person. But you're right there in the action. They have a fire pit and a grill, and you can buy, they sell cases or 12 packs of beer. Very limited, but hey, it's there. very peaceful at night once all the yahoos go back to town. Ooh, that's a little dirty part. You have to book pretty far in advance. Always check for last minute cancellations, but you want to come down on a weekend or middle of summer, I should plan ahead. They have a 48-hour cancellation policy, so that's usually what I do. I just pick a couple weekends or midweek stays I'd like to do, book it, and things don't work out, I just go back in and cancel it later. Almost did that for this week, but decided just to come anyway. Couldn't decide which bike or how I was going to get down here. Worked out. Glad I'm here. I could already feel myself decompressing from life just being in this area. Whew, there's a dirty section. Nice, just leaves. These roads down here, everybody comes for the tail of the dragon. It's obviously the one everybody knows. Why everybody shows up, it's world known. There's so many more roads down here to ride. You have the Moonshiner 28, parts of it are called the Hellbender. All these roads have names. You have the Cherohala Skyway, Foothills Parkway. And I think this is the way I need to go. And of course the Dragon. Then you have roads like this. Just find them by happenstance. Bunch of lakes around here. It's part of a hydroelectric system for the state of Tennessee. I can't even remember how many dams and power plants there are. What the hell's this guy doing? The big lake is Fontana. There's actually a lodge up there, marina, cabins you can rent, a campground. Got a nice little resort swimming pool, general store. A little on the pricey side for what you get, but paying for the area. Got a good bar and grill up there. Pretty grilled, actually really good food. And that's the big dam. Further down you have the I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Sanity. Also known as the Fugitive Dam, because it's the one old Harrison Ford jumped off of in the movie The Fugitive. Well, supposedly jumped off of. There's several others on downstream. See lots of boats out on every one of these lakes. I'm sure the fishing's pretty decent. I don't know. I know a lot of people come out here on YouTube and make videos about the tail of the dragon. They don't talk about the area. Very little cell phone service down here. There's Wi-Fi at some of these resorts and hotels, but it's pretty spotty. It used to be a dry county, so you couldn't get beer or liquor, but they've recently overturned that. You've always been able to buy it at the resorts. It's kind of a grandfathered in thing. If they classify as a resort, they could sell a limited amount of alcoholic products. Now, the county is no longer dry, so I hear that you can buy whatever you want, wherever you want. It's kind of where I'm headed right now. Figure I'd get my feet wet on some riding on this bike and just go on a little beer run. All the people out here mowing today, they like to blow their clippings in the road. I think it's stupid that people do that, but I'm not going to get all bent out of shape over it like some folks do. You can't ride a motorcycle and avoid grass clippings and not kill yourself. You need to not ride a motorcycle. It's part of the inherited danger. You got to watch out for hazards in the road. Would be sticks or critters or grass clippings or other idiots on the road. Get some air here real quick. Oh, I tell you, this must be part of the Appalachia Trail here. You know what, this whole place, it's good for the soul. Like I mentioned earlier, some people come down here for the thrill of the adrenaline rush of the tail of the dragon. It is quite literally the opposite for me. I come down here and my heart rate slows down. This area is my zen. To have it a GPS to look at so I can see which way the road goes. This is I guess I didn't realize how much I used it. Guessing we're coming up on the end of this road because it is going down quick. Stick with the main road here. Pretty sure this comes out on 28. Just a little ways down from where 143 intersects with it. I don't know. I looked at the map. Just kind of winging it. Get lost to get lost. Get lost, you wanna? No. I have a fairly photographic type memory, so if I get lost, I can always backtrack. I know which way I came from. Alright. I think I know where I'm at. Oh, yeah. I know exactly where I'm at. A couple miles from where I said there's a church right here, yep. And I believe there's a little rundown motel right here at the bottom of the hill, and there that is. My wife says she wants to buy that place and fix it up. That's her retirement plan. I don't know what happened to that place, but it used to be pretty nice. I think it's beyond any refurbishment now. It's ready for some demolishment. The word demolishing. This is Moonshiner 28. Lots of sweepers on this road. A few technical switchbacks too, but mostly sweeping corners. Grippy asphalt. It's starting to get a little long in the tooth in the condition, but still fairly smooth. Such a different experience riding a lower horsepower sporty bike. It takes a lot for it to get away from you. Don't get me wrong, this thing's peppy. But I could just roll on in a medium gear, and she didn't want to launch in the moon on me like the old Connie does. This is 143. It does connect to the 143 that is known as the Cherohala Skyway, but this section isn't part of the Cherohala. It's just Route 143, North Carolina route, I do believe. Connects 28 with Robbinsville and 129. Little connecting road. I think this is another section here where the Appalachia Trail goes through. Twist and wind through all these roads and gaps down here to come across the Appalachia, however you want to pronounce it, trail. For those that don't know, it goes from, it's a hiking trail that goes from Georgia. I don't know the exact starting point. I just know it's in Georgia. It goes all the way to Maine. But the started my trip, I guess I could go in a little more detail. It's just one of my little getaway trips. Takes about 7 hours to get down here, straight through. Obviously, with stops, you're going to add to that timetable, but if you don't stop, about 7 hours from my house. So I left at, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. By the time I showered and shaved, got dressed, hit the road by 3:30. Stopped for some breakfast, and I rolled into the motorcycle resort a little after 11, like 11:15, 20 after. That was all my day was, sitting in the truck on the freeway, listening to tunes. I was able to check in early because they had the room clean and available. Unloaded the bike, unloaded my gear, threw them in the room, got suited up. That's where we started this ride. This road heads on into Robbinsville. As I said a little bit ago, there's an Ingles Market there. Pretty popular grocery chain down in this area. It's like any Kroger's or Giant Eagle stores of those calibers. Maybe a little smaller than like a Kroger or Giant Eagle, but you get the idea. It's what they have. And that's where you can get all your, if you get a cabin or you have a camp, you need to get groceries, you get everything you need. And that's where I'm headed, because I hear you can buy beer there now. So it'll be the first time I bought beer in Robbinsville after the dry county thing was lifted. Robbinsville, you also have a variety of other options for food. You got, you know, local mom and pop restaurants. I think the place is called Lynn's up on Main Street. There's a Mexican restaurant. I think there might be one pizza place. One of my favorite places called The Hub burnt down, but I did hear they were doing a food truck either in that spot or up the road. And of course there's a Wendy's, there's a McDonald's. Used to be a Bojangles, but that closed down. Used to be a Huddle House, that closed down. A couple different gas stations. There's a Shell. There's a Marathon. A couple other little gas stations. So plenty of options for gasoline there. A couple of them do offer ethanol free. I'll put that in my bikes on occasion, but if I know I'm going to burn through a tank in the next couple days, I don't worry about the ethanol. Maybe this bike I should, since it's a 2007, but it'll get burnt out shortly today. This tank will be empty by tomorrow. Filled it up on my way in today at the off the freeway. This bike was in the back of the truck. I filled her up. So those are your options in Robbinsville, which is the kind of the hub of the area for all the good roads. There's a few hotel chains. There's a Quality Inn. There's a place called the Two Wheel Inn. It's fairly inexpensive too, and they have little garages you can put your motorcycles in. There's some other small mom and pop hotels as well, but I think the Quality Inn is the only one that is a chain hotel in Robbinsville. It's fairly expensive. It used to be a microtel, and you could get a room for $80, $90, $100 a night. And then when they sold out to Choice Hotels, and it's now a Quality Inn, the prices doubled. I think a weekday room is like $160 to $180, and a weekend room's $210. Yeah, there's better options in this area if you want to spend that kind of money. But if you got a corporate account, or you can put it on your corporate credit card, without lifting the eyebrow of the bosses, maybe the chain hotel is a good option for you. So, can't think of anything else to say. I am coming up on Robbinsville here. It's like to see the light up here. The store is just to the past this light on the left. I recommend like running GPS, you know, do some routes. There's plenty of maps. Most of these places have these road maps, kind of like a cartoonish looking map, but it gives you an idea of where everything is. Run a GPS until you're familiar. Oh yeah, there is a Dollar General too. I forgot about Dollar General. It's always hidden back here. And a Walgreens. There you go. But run a GPS until you're familiar with the area. I still usually run one, but not on this bike. So once you get familiar with the area, everything just kind of works itself out. So I think that's going to be it, guys. Get this beast parked here. Go in here and get me some beer. So I'll be making a few more videos this weekend. I used to where the kickstand is on this thing. So might put this out as part one, might not. We'll see what happens. Alright, stay safe, guys. Later.